And public health specialist Dr. Seriki Moritala joins me on the news to talk more on this. Good to have you join us, Dr. Moritala. When you look at social media... And
Hi, Precious. How are you? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. When you look at the social media and just general conversation around, you realize that there is a general sentiment or general response of confusion. People are wondering why, when we're reporting low cases and when we started vaccinating, why we are now having these reinstituted guidelines, because in their minds we're doing well. Talk to us about why you think we need this now.
Yeah, so good afternoon, Precious. My name is Seriki Moritala. Yeah, this is the best time that we need that to be done, because again, we realize that we have been having some spikes of the COVID in Turkey, in India, and we know that a couple of other people from these countries are still coming into our country, you know. So the best to do is to have a border control, and then while we still continue to maintain social distancing. The number of people who have been vaccinated in this part of Nigeria as we speak is less than 1%, and then so you know that we still have a long way to go. So the best that the government can do is to encourage us by still abstaining from social gathering at the moment until the COVID is really down, that it's not going to affect a lot of people in our country.
All right, so when you look at the guidelines, it's also of concern for a lot of people at the motor parks, and there is a section of that guidelines that address the motor parks. For example, it says enforce temperature checks and no mask, no entry policy in all public settings.
Say that again.
We're looking at the motor parks, the transportation sector, and it talks about enforcing temperature checks and no mask, no entry policy in motor parks generally. But how is this possible?
So what would advise that?
Just hold on a minute, Dr. Moritala.
The protocol should still continue.
Dr. Moritala, just a minute. Yeah, because I was going to ask, when you look at these buses and these commercial vehicles, you realize that most times they're full to capacity, even overloaded at times. It's just enforcement that is a sort of concern here. How do we go about ensuring that even all through that journey, that these rules are not broken?
Sorry, say that again.
When you look at, I said, when you let's talk about the transportation system, for example, and the guidelines for transportation. When you look at some of these commercial vehicles, they still run at full capacity, sometimes even overloaded. How do we ensure that while on their journey, there is some level of enforcement?
Yeah, so the level of enforcement should still remain that we should maintain social distancing, we should wear masks in public places, we should check temperatures in going on journeys like that has to include a lot of people, and people whose temperature is above range, then they should not be allowed to board until further clarification is made regarding their COVID status, basically. And then, of course, it shows that with the statistics of what we have in Nigeria at the moment, it shows that the current strategies that we are using is working in our country.
All right, so I was talking about transport, but I guess you missed that. But I'll just ask you my next question, which is really around maximizing this new phase of restrictions. We've seen the phase 1, which was a lockdown. We saw the phase 2 and the phase 3. Now we're seeing the phase 4. How do we maximize this new phase to ensure we do not see a spike in cases?
Yeah, so the best way to maximize it, so in order not to expect the spike, is that first is to have a border control. To have border control that people who come into our country comes with a negative COVID result, and then also we confirm at the entry points to Nigeria, such that we will know that we won't be having people coming into the country and bringing COVID to the country. Second, again, is that we have to continue to maintain the regular protocols that we have in our society already, which include wearing of masks, reduction of gathering of not more than 50 people. And then, of course, in our work vaccination that is on, we should encourage Nigerians to please get it. If we take all of these measures, I'm sure that, again, the COVID will be a thing of the past in the country.
Hopefully, everyone who is required to adhere to these protocols adhere to them. Dr. Moritala, Dr. Seriki Moritala, public health specialist, thanks for talking to us.
Thank you very much.